In a previous video, I put in a tractor trail across our property, and at one end of that trail, there is a small stream that needs to be crossed. I mentioned in that video that I was thinking of putting some sort of small bridge in, and that's what I'm working on in this video. So I had some old sections of telephone pole that had been used in the barn for a prior repair for a section of floor as joists. I saved those. They're 11.5 feet long. They're just enough to be able to span over this. So I got them out here on the tractor. So we're gonna get those set. Those are gonna be my two main beams underneath the wheels for the tractor. So we're gonna get those set and then see or think about how to deck this thing off. Now it is so dry this year that we have come through. I have driven the tractor right across this, and so it didn't sink in too much. The issue we have is because of this old stump over here, I've actually got to set these kind of skew to the stream. If I were to go straight across, that stump would be right in the way. It's just too big and too rotten for me to want to cut, but it's not rotten enough that I can just push it out of the way with the tractor. So I'm going to set this on a little bit of a skew, and hopefully the span will be good, and we'll have to level everything up, set some rocks under these, I'm sure, in the process. So let's get to it. So these are laid across, and they are 49 inches apart center to center. The reason for that is because that is the tread width setting on the rear tires of the tractor. The center to center of tire is 49 inches, and then the overall width is essentially 5 feet at the rear of the machine. So with these set at this distance apart, those tires are going to run right down these timbers. Now what I need to do next is get some rocks under this far corner on the downstream one in particular, because it's a lot lower. So essentially what I'm going to do is level these things up, make sure that they're spanning and there's enough clearance underneath, because I don't want the water to be essentially piling up against this. I don't want to have a dam here. And once they're leveled up, then we can start thinking about what the decking is going to be. Careful.
Perfectly level. This is perfectly level going straight up.
Flat rocks here.
Why are you putting rocks there?
Well, because we need to support that side.
It's level that way.
No, it isn't.
Almost.
That needs to go up.
A little
See
bit.
that? Or this needs to go down, but I'd rather raise that up. Here, can you take the level off?
See, don't you want to help me walk? I'm just helping you. Yeah, so you how I got lost on the
All right, now
wall.
set that level on there and see how that looks.
See, I'll show you how I got
See that?
this stream
That looks
on the
good, right?
wall. Yes, I do.
Well, you know what? I gotta lift this out of the way. I can put this rock in here. Okay.
What I want to do.
So what I've decided is, I think I'm gonna get a 12-foot pressure treated 4x6 to put down the center. And then I'm gonna get 2x6s pressure treated to use as the deck planks. If I get 12 footers, I can cut them in half and have 6-foot pieces. If I leave an inch between each plank, I can go 1 foot per planks. So I just need 12 of them to cover this 11.5 feet. We'll screw it all down to make this thing lock together nicely. And then I think this will be plenty stout. Let me get it started, and then you can.
What's this screw?
Okay. Good. Wow, that one got sunk right in there.
Okay, I want to do the second, okay? That one sunk right in there like it's...
All right, you want to do this one? Hey, stop. Okay.
That
Maybe
one
I
is
should
like...
set the clutch. All right, who's screwing this one?
Me.
Okay,
I'll
go
do
ahead.
the middle.
Good.
Lay
All right,
the next...
are you strong enough for that?
Let go, Dad.
Okay.
He's got it.
Don't spill the screws.
How do I get across?
You don't. You're just gonna set it right in there.
Yeah. Put it here. I'll move the drill.
There you go. Just lay that in there.
I'm gonna move the
Slide it over. All right, now remember, we have to actually create a gap. You know what maybe we should do is lay out all of them. Let's lay out all of them so that we see how much space we can leave.
Why
Let's
do
do that.
we need a little...
Ready? Come on over. Good. Okay, go ahead. Right.
I hope we finish this.
Okay, now go ahead. Slow. You gotta get some, whoop. Gotta be steady.
Don't think...
There you go. Steady and slow. You need a little bit of down pressure to get the threads to start. Move your hands so you can see if the threads started. See, they did. You're good. No, go ahead. There you go. All right. Grab another one. Let's do this.
Yeah.
There you go. Get straight up. Straight up. A little bit of down pressure.
They're in.
All right, go ahead. Good. So we're all decked off. We need to lay in some flat rocks in here to ramp up to this end. The other end is actually appreciably worse. We have a larger drop off here. You can see the height. So I got to build up with rocks, particularly on this side. Maybe put a load of some junk fill or something right here to just raise this up. But otherwise, structurally, this is finished. Well, I think it's time for the moment of truth. Obviously, the moment of truth for the structure has already been had. The tractor is sitting on top of it. However, we're going to drive it over this steep edge. I think once the weight of the machine comes onto these rocks, it will push them into the ground. Things might shift and move around a little bit. So it may take a couple passes, but I think that's the next move to get things kind of pushed in and see where I might need a little bit more. Well, I'm going to call this a success, just like this. These rocks will probably shift around a little bit as we continue to cross this and as the seasons go by and things get wet and dry and freeze and thaw. If I need to adjust it, I can always add some more rocks or rebuild it later. But for now, this is a perfectly sufficient crossing, and it will actually let us cross this stream at other times of the year when it isn't as dry as it is now.